thank you very much for being here this evening and for helping us get here. And now I am very pleased to declare Quinnipiac University's 2014 commencement exercises for the College of Arts and Sciences officially open. Would you please stand for the invocation, which will be delivered by Reverend Jordan Lenahan, Catholic chaplain.
In the Hebrew Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says there's a time for all things under heaven, and it is now your time to graduate. So I would invite you to please bow your heads. We are gathered now to celebrate success, to recognize determination and hard work, to acknowledge achievement. We are thankful, especially here in this moment, at this place, for all of those who gave of themselves to bring our students to this moment. We are mindful that this is commencement, an ending that is likewise a beginning. Source of all goodness, as we begin, be with us now, we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. I'd like to acknowledge the platform party, which includes trustees, university administrators, university clergy, and deans. It is now my honor to present Dr. John L. Leahy, president of Quinnipiac University, who will bring you greetings on behalf of the university community.
One of those days. I even had a bad fortune in last night. But let me begin by expressing my appreciation to, first of all, the best facilities and public safety departments anywhere in America. Please join me in expressing our appreciation. We had already broken down this facility, so just within the last hour, all these chairs have been set up. This platform, all the AV, and hopefully you can enjoy it on our scoreboard here. But the facilities did just an unbelievable job. I also want to thank Chief Tom Wydra from the Hamden Police Department and his entire staff. As Mark indicated, our concern for your safety and health and well-being is paramount, and it certainly we've always felt that about our students. But particularly for an event like today. So again, I also want to thank you for your patience and understanding. Class of 2014, you have certainly earned these degrees today that you'll receive. During your years at Quinnipiac, you have made all of us very proud. And the class of 2014 is without question one of the very best in Quinnipiac's history. In fact, let me restate that, as the class of 2014 is the best class in Quinnipiac's history. Today's graduates have achieved a level of motivation, maturity, and wisdom to flourish in our ever-changing world. This year's class of 2014 marks the 50th anniversary of 1964, a year of significant change in many respects. Quinnipiac has changed. 50 years ago, the Quinnipiac class of 1964 had 124 graduates with bachelor's degrees, and roughly 15% of those degrees were awarded to women. Today's class of 2014 has 1,500 graduates, and more than 60% of the degrees awarded are going to women today. Our country has changed. 50 years ago, there were white-only water fountains and restaurant counters in America. And in 1964, Congress passed the landmark Civil Rights Act to end these discriminatory practices. And today, we have an African-American president in the White House. And the dominant immigrant groups in America have changed, from the Italians and Germans and Irish back in 1964, replaced by the new immigrants today from Latin America, Asia, and Eastern Europe. And certainly the world has changed dramatically during the past 50 years. In 1964, the World's Fair was held in Flushing Meadow, Queens, in New York. That was the one place where you could go to see distant cultures and new inventions. Today, you can access all of those things on your iPhones and travel the world with ease, as most of our graduates have already done. And because the world is changing, so too is what you need to learn and know. In 1964, Quinnipiac offered only 3 areas of study for the bachelor's degree: accounting, business administration, and medical technology. It's rather telling that we now offer more than 50 areas of study across 8 schools and colleges. But even though the world is changing every day, one thing hasn't changed, and that's the quality of education that students receive here at Quinnipiac University. In your time here, I'm sure you have been helped and supported by many people. You probably will forget what I've said here today, which is just fine. But don't forget to thank your families. Don't forget to thank the faculty who inspired you or pushed you or taught you more than you realized at the time. Class of 2014, please rise and express your appreciation to the faculty seated in front of you and your parents and families who are seated all around you. During your years at Quinnipiac, you have certainly left your mark, and for that we thank you. And I predict that you will leave an even greater mark on the world that awaits you. Again, congratulations and best wishes to each and every one of you.
I now ask Noel Kilkenny, Honora O.D. Kilkenny, Christine Keneally, and John Leahy to come forward for the conferral of the honorary degrees.
Class of 2014, 100,000 congratulations. You've done well and you're very noisy. Well done. Noel Kilkenny, as the Consul General of Ireland in New York, you have assisted many Irish Americans and Irish nationals and strengthened the bond between our 2 nations. However, the work you perform with your wife, Honora O.D. Kilkenny, to preserve Irish culture and heritage is what we will remember you for. You have both been great friends to Quinnipiac, helping to promote interest in Ireland's Great Hunger Museum and Ireland's Great Hunger Institute. You also helped launch 250 Years of New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade, a book published by Quinnipiac University Press in 2011. As natives of County Clare, which suffered most during the devastating years of famine, you know all too well the scars that remain on the local landscape and in the psyche of the Irish people. Noel, after earning a law degree from University College Dublin, you joined the Department of Foreign Affairs in 1977 and held posts in several corners of the globe, including Beijing, Washington, D.C., and Sarajevo, to name a few. You will complete your 4-year term here in August and then head to Athens, where you have been appointed Ireland's ambassador designate to Greece. Honora, you received a bachelor's in education from St. Patrick's College of Education in Dublin and taught at elementary schools in several disadvantaged communities. While in Estonia, you are active in the Tallinn Diplomatic Corps. That's my chorus. In New York, you have played an active role supporting Irish arts and culture, particularly modern Irish drama, film, and music. In recognition of your support of education and your dedication to preserving Ireland's beautiful, yet at times heartbreaking story, Quinnipiac University is pleased to confer upon each of you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters in this 18th day of May, 2014.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to both of you.
President Leahy, faculty, students, graduates, parents, grandparents, you're probably apprehensive of an Irishman coming to a microphone, and you've just had a long evening. But I'm going to say something that's very strange probably to you. I'm going to be very brief. I have two things to say. One is, I want to thank Quinnipiac University, obviously for honouring Honora and I with this honorary doctorate, but more particularly for what you have done to recognise something that is truly of tremendous importance to my country and my people. 40 million Americans identify themselves as being of Irish heritage. The vast majority of them came either directly because of the Great Hunger or as a consequence of the Great Hunger. 40 million. And yet in this whole country there has been no place where that event was marked or recorded. And I want to pay tribute to Quinnipiac University for creating in downtown Hampden Ireland's Great Hunger Museum. So I want to thank you, and I encourage those of you who haven't been to go there. It will tell a story in a way that art only can do. The second thing I want to do is I want to congratulate the students, to thank their parents and their grandparents for your interest. But just to say to the students, this is a great day, but as the word commencement has already been said, it's the beginning of something even better. I enjoyed my student days, but I can tell you, real life begins. So to all of you, I wish you a wonderful, fulfilling, and happy life, and I encourage you to play your part. President Leahy remarked on the changes since 1964. You, in your lives and through your education, you can make your mark so that in 50 years from now, the world will be a better place. Thank you all very much. Good night.
Now ask Andrew Jenks, Robert Smart, and John Leahy to come forward for the conferral of the honorary degree.
Finally. Andrew Jenks, you're widely acclaimed as one of the next great American filmmakers. The millennial generation especially admires the incredible stories you find and the in-depth way you connect with your subjects. So before the age of 20, you set out to capture the essence of life in an assisted living facility. So you moved in. What began as a low-budget documentary became an international hit titled Andrew Jenks, Room 335. The Daily News, among others, praised it as a gorgeous, hilarious, sad, wonderful, unblinking look at the joy of life, even at the end of it, end quote. Your second film, The Zen of Bobby V, tracked the life of baseball coach Bobby Valentine. For MTV, you delivered a variety of voices and personal stories, rarely heard in your two-season series, world of Jenks. You tell your own story in words and pictures in your book, Andrew Jenks, My Adventures as a Young Filmmaker. You have several projects in the works, including a documentary about young people whose lives are affected by HIV/AIDS, and a movie about Ryan Ferguson, a young man in prison for a murder he did not commit. And you are actively involved in the All-American High School Film Festival that you founded 10 years ago. In recognition of your considerable talent as a filmmaker and your quest to uncover stories that beg to be told, Quinnipiac University is pleased to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters this 18th day of May, 2014.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Andrew.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Andrew Jenks.
A lot of surprises today, huh? You know, my girlfriend broke up with me a few months ago out of nowhere. I thought that was a surprise, but this is... This little burping noise I'm going to get over too, so you guys got to get over it. We'll have to move on. You know, the biggest thing that I've learned over the past few years is getting ready to adapt and getting ready to change. I think the last few hours and what Quinnipiac has done here is a shining example of that. About 1 year ago, I began filming a documentary about a young guy named Ryan Ferguson. He was in prison for murder. I met him on his 8th year behind bars. The reason I started following him was because it was clear to me and the public that he didn't commit the crime. In fact, it all started with somebody else having a dream that Ryan committed a murder 2 years prior. I grew close with Ryan. We talk on the phone regularly. He was a cool guy, and I felt similar to him. He was in his mid-20s. He loved basketball. He was close with his friends. Ryan's freedom had been stolen. On his 21st birthday, he was in court while he heard people call him a killer that deserved the death penalty. He missed college, his 20s vanishing. A deceitful district attorney and other liars had put him in prison, and Ryan had done nothing. Imagine if you drove home today and you were pulled over. The FBI surrounds you, arrests you, and charges you with murder. They give you a $30 million bail, the highest in the history of the United States. At times, he told me he would be in solitary confinement. But what I discovered was that he didn't feel sorry for himself. He didn't wallow. He never looked at me and said, "I don't get it. Why me?" When we sat down for an interview, he told me about the latest books he had read. As I asked more questions, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He was asking me where he should travel once he got out. He believed he would. He said he had read the dictionary time and time again. The dictionary. He had read everything from Hemingway to J.K. Rowling and studied quotes and books I had never heard of. When he was allowed to watch TV, one of his favorite television shows was House Hunters on HGTV. So that one day, when he was out of jail, he believed he could build the girl of his dreams their own house. He would endlessly ask me questions. In great detail, I remember telling him that even if it was freezing outside, I would sleep with a fan blowing air in my face at night. I put the fan on full blast ever since I was really young. For some reason, it always puts me right to sleep. He said he would try it. He was curious. His friends had largely abandoned him and moved on with their lives. He could only see his parents once a week. And when he saw them, he could only hug them for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Can you imagine? Can you really? I can't. My parents are here today, not being able to hug them for years and years on end, for guards to pull us away after touching for just 2 seconds. But Ryan's curiosity kept him alive. Ryan was a freshman in college when he was locked up, and I'm sure he wonders what a day like today is like. From what you guys are told and from what I'm told, today is a big deal. But I'm really curious. Why is this day a big deal? When at college, it's sort of a risk-adverse environment. You can't fail a test. This is not an environment where you fail. If you failed, you wouldn't be here. In fact, it's been like this for your entire life. For your entire life, people have guarded your curiosity. Maybe you don't know it. When doing research for science class, your teacher wanted you to be curious enough to find the right results. When reading a book for an assignment, your teacher was hoping you were curious enough to read that book, not SparkNotes. Microphone doesn't like SparkNotes. When your parents told you to get a job, they hoped your curiosity was understandably limited. Making money at a summer camp will put them more at ease than if you go alone on some sailboat exploring with friends, because you're curious. But tomorrow morning, for the first time in your life, you will be empowered to be as curious as you want to be. Graduating means you now get to be curious and explore the way you want to. It means not taking no for an answer, taking risks and embracing failure. This is the moment where you can embrace flipping everything you have ever known upside down. Before my MTV show or my book or being lucky enough to speak at this event, I was in an awful state of mind. I was about your age, and my grandfather was dying. I was depressed, crying every morning and every night, but I remained curious. What was it like for him? How did my grandmother react? Why was he losing his mind in the first place? Why was he calling me the wrong name? Where is the best place for him to live? A nursing home? So with money I had saved from summer camp, I decided I wanted to move into a nursing home. The only problem was that everyone kept saying no. They would never let a camera crew film at a nursing home with unlimited access for an entire summer, much less filmed by a bunch of students. They thought I was a confused young man. They'd say, can we talk to your parents? We think you're looking for an apartment. Finally, one time, one day, one call, one nursing home in Florida, of course, said yes. I lived there for 6 weeks. I didn't leave. Every night, I would come down from my room and eat dinner at 4 p.m. Actually, I set a record. 28 straight days without winning a bingo game. That's no joke. I went back to my parents' house and edited on a junky laptop. I had some editing program that I had found on a trial basis, 30 days. So I had to edit fast. After a few months of editing, I started submitting the movie to film festivals. I went online and tried to figure out how the whole process worked. My movie was rejected time and time again. One festival then called me and said, well, I thought they were going to say, you're getting in. I was finally getting in to a film festival. Instead, it was a man who I'll never forget his voice, and he said it was a nice attempt at a film, but my movie wasn't getting in, and that I should stop submitting the movie to film festivals altogether. What did you say? What did he? I could not believe he had just said that. That'd be like if one of you guys applied to graduate school, the school calls you back and says, you know, you're not getting into our school, and on top of that, you should just stop applying to graduate school altogether. Excuse me? I kept submitting the film, and we started to get into some film festivals. People took notice, and we even started to win some film festivals. And then one day, HBO called. I first told them to hold. It was weird because my parents always pay the HBO bill. They do. And Showtime. It wasn't the cable guy. It was HBO. They wanted to buy the movie. After this experience, I want to know how you make the sign for this noise. That's, you should get paid extra. Damn. I came to recognize that for me, no is the starting point. No is when I realize that I have an idea. No kind of turns me on. The opposite of no is yes. But the stronger opposite of no is the curiosity to figure out why that no is really a yes. I was in New York City one night. I went to the premiere of Hotel Rwanda. There were these famous directors, celebrities, you name it, they seemed to be there. But the director of the movie, Terry George, was the person I really wanted to meet. I went up and introduced myself, and I said that I was a fan. He had a beautiful woman next to him, and my mom, who's here, when she read that I said that, she said, you know, Andrew, you can't just say that it's a beautiful woman. And I said, Mom, beauty is from within. I'm not talking just about the outsides, but, you know. I thought I'd get more laughs on that one. He had a few hundred people at the party that wanted to shake his hand and praise him for his masterpiece. There were lines of people just waiting. But instead, he stood next to me and we spoke. He couldn't stop asking me about my MTV show. We talked for an hour. Before I knew it, I was describing to him how episode 6 with an animal rescuer was edited differently than episode 2 with a young man who had autism. At the height of celebration, Terry George, this famous director, was curious about what this young, inexperienced guy was doing. Curiosity, I assume, is what got him there in the first place. Curiosity, I assume, is what got him there in the first place. For our generation, for millennials, curiosity means abandoning format and unleashing potential. We can take out what I once called a cell phone and do almost anything. We can watch our favorite shows and movies. We can get directions. We can talk face to face with someone on the other side of the world. We can reach in and we can film in live battle zones for people around the world to watch. And that's just with one phone. But with this comes a responsibility that we all share. With this comes a responsibility amongst you guys, amongst myself. And we'd be stupid to screw it up. It'd be catastrophic. So what are you going to do? What are we going to do? I was recently in India and I walked down one block, about 100 yards, and there were 100,000 sex slaves in shacks or behind prison bars, most of them with HIV. I was in South Africa, where my friends and I bought a young man a small refrigerator. It was all he ever wanted. He cried. He had never experienced a surprise, at least a good one. If we don't use these phones, if we don't use this technology, if we don't use capacity, then what's really the point? We can do more. I know that we can. Every 24 hours, more than 20,000 children die due to poverty. Almost half the world's population, 3 billion, live on less than $2.50 a day. 1 billion can't read or write. A few days ago, I was with some friends and somebody said that people use the word love too much. And I've given this a lot of thought. I disagree. I honestly can say I look at all of you here today and say that I love you. I love you because you got up this morning, you got yourself together, you accomplished what you set out to accomplish, and now you have infinite possibilities. We are together when we read a Facebook message or see a tweet that suggests or says a friend of ours is having a bad day. We can pick up the cell phone, call our friend, text our friend, Facebook message. We can go to their house and hang, and we can say, I love you. I am here for you. We will get through this together. A few months ago, I was in Barbados shooting a video with Rihanna. Now, when you're a single guy on a beach, literally on an island with Rihanna, you think, man, if time could just stop. Again, on an island with Rihanna. Even the baby's like, yeah, man. That's pretty cool. I got a call. A friend was calling me. Ryan Ferguson, stuck in prison, was getting released. There was DNA, there was technology, there was so much proof that he was innocent that they were letting him out after almost 9 years. I put the phone down, and I never thought this could happen, but I looked around, looked at Rihanna, and thought, well, I can't believe this, but I gotta go. Ryan has been out for a few months now. We spent time in his hometown in Missouri. He stayed at my place in New York City. Truth is, I've never graduated college. I dropped out, so we both talked about what a day like today would be like. I spent my birthday with him, and when we did, he told me that he had gotten me a present. He said that it was something he had during his entire time in prison, something that he had treasured, something that he specifically brought to New York for me. He told me that he used it in prison during the day and late at night when it was really hot out. He took out a fan, a small white fan that he would use when he was sweating and reading a book or the dictionary or writing in his journal. He said to me, if yours ever breaks, well, I want to give you this one. So every night, I go to sleep with Ryan's present. Closer, I see that it lists his prison number. It says it's the property of the state. It says it can't be disassembled to be used as a weapon. But all of you guys, myself, we live by one rule: to wake up every morning with an intense passion to be curious. And if we do that, we all might do something extraordinary. Ryan was curious about me. He asked me so many questions while he was in jail or while we were on the phone that he had remembered that I loved going to sleep with air slamming in my face. Ryan's curiosity yielded the most beautiful gift I will ever receive. Because curiosity that leads to empathy. Mike's not, this isn't going to interrupt this line, I'm telling you now. I spent some time on this line. What I've learned is that curiosity that leads to empathy is the greatest trait that any of us can have. I am so sincerely grateful to be with all of you here today. I really am. Congratulations. We all just graduated. Let's do something special. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. I now call upon Dr. Hans Bergman, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, to present the candidates for degrees.
It's my great pleasure to invite the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, College of Arts and Sciences, to approach the podium. Kayla Patricia Abella. Kayla will receive her degree from her father, John Abella, a member of the Board of Trustees of Quinnipiac. Melissa Gabriella Adams. Alexis Victoria Alexander. Michael Salvatore Alfano. Teresa Marie Amabile. Christopher James Amato. Ashley M. Anderson. Brittany Lee Antonelli. Stephanie S. Arujo. Stephanie Pamela Argudo. Eric Carson Arndt. Lisa M. Arpino. Charles Benjamin Augustus. Louis Nicholas Orosicchio. Samantha Marie Austin. Luke Charles Badger. Nicholas Anthony Baldoni. Shaquille Thomas Barksdale. Christina Bridget Barna. Daniela J. Bellows. Stephen David Benedus. Christina M. Bennett. Sean Michael Benoit. Matthew David Benoit. Carolyn Melissa Berman. Ashley Marie Berry. Jessica Lynn Bejelson. Beverly Bochi. Michael Robert Bobenhausen. Kyle J. Boucher. Ethan Emery Bork. Kelsey Lauren Brown. Geraldine Patricia Brunetti. Kathleen Marie Boteau. Pamela Caceres. Aaron E. Candy. Casey Christine Capuano. Jamie Lee Casuccio. Brooke E. Cazalet. Lauren Marie Chatalian. Nicole Alicia Terenzia. Melanie Allison Cherwin. Maciel C. Choro. Amanda Ashley Cianciola. Raquel Sid. Erica Teresa Cirilli. Taylor Patrick Kingman. Sarah Jeanette Clark. Chauncey May Coleman. Melissa Kondo. Emily Rose Cortese. Elise Ann Costa. Alice Costa. Lindsay Ray Kokenauer. Raymond John Crenier. Austin James Crittenden. Alexandria Denise Cunningham. Natalie Claire Daverio. Erica Jaritza De Jesus. Alyssa H. D'Amato. Taylor E. Dean. Jessica Ann DiNicola. Adriana DeCarlo. Natalie Marie Deduck. Lily Del Castillo. Danielle Sarah Del Vecchio. Shannon Lee Delahanty. Brittany Nicole Delphin. James Francis Diffley. Raphael Vincent DeFonso III. Franca Maria DiFrancesco. Ashley Diane DeFranza. Alana Marie DeLido. Allison Elizabeth Dillon. Patrick J. Donnelly. Elizabeth Ann D'Onofrio. Dylan Alexander Driver. Marina Druzik. Amanda Nicole Duffy. Cassandra Lynn Dulepsky. Alyssa Catherine Dunn. Eric Pasquale Esposito. Marissa Elise Evans. Brianna Fahey. James Ronald Farquhar. Michelle Christine Farrell. Natasha Figueroa. Jennifer Mara Finkel. Andrew Joseph Fitzpatrick. Taylor Matthew Fitzpatrick. Christine Lynn Fletcher. Jennifer Ann Forlenza. Victoria Lynn Formica. Caroline Elizabeth Forsberg. Alicia Rose Fortier. Nicole Fratangelo. Tony Fracaro. Kayla Ellen Fu. Mark Peter Fusco. Jose Manuel Gallegos Vallejo. Ian Mark Garrity. Gabrielle Gotti. Justin Michael Goldsmith. Jaritza Marie Gonzalez. Paul Gerald Graham. David M. Grandee. Shanice B. Grayman. Sarah Elizabeth Greenblatt. Amanda Jane Greenfield. Wells Eveleigh Griffin. Danielle Untessa Griffiths. Shannon Emily Grimsley. Stephanie Aaron Griswold. Stephen E. Hackett. Carrie Lynn Herring. Nicholas Michael Happy Hartzell. Lauren Ashley Hassan. Kaylin Nicole Hawk-Hottie. Christopher Robert Hurl. Frank James Hines. Thomas Holmes III. Rebecca Ann Evester. Benjamin Wendell Jerome Lee. Ella Berkeley Jesmajian. Alexis Nicole Couchbrenner. Melanie Sloan Cantor. Christina Ruth Karamani. Lauren Hollop Kaufman. William Worth Keeping. Ashley Cavella. Jennifer Riley Clown. Brett Christopher Kurtz. Pauline Laksamana. Christine Sender Ladazinski. John Paul LaLumia. Anthony Joseph Lancia III. Camille Natasha Lavash. Emma Esther Vieira Lazaroff. Jessica Michelle Lehman. Jessica Lehman is the recipient of the 2014 Alumni Association Academic Achievement Award for the College of Arts and Sciences, where she majored in theater, Jessica also earned a second degree from the School of Communications, where she majored in film, video, and interactive media. Upon graduation, Jessica will pursue careers in acting and film editing. Jessica is from Nashua, New Hampshire, and is joined on stage by her parents, Linda and James. Congratulations, Jessica. Michael Raymond Lenson. Kelsey Rebecca Luia. Akeem Y. Lewin. Gregory Scott Little. Lauren Delarocca Locks. Richard Joseph Loesch. Michael Paul Longo Jr. Michelle Allison Lopez. Kala Rose Lord. Alexandra Elizabeth Macaluso. Katie Allison McDonald. Amy Rose McShane. Morgan Jasper Maychak. Catherine V. McCouche. Priscilla Marie Maldonado. Benjamin Durant Maniscalco. Michael John Maresca. Stephanie L. Marino. Stephanie L. Martins. Jason Miguel Martins. Taylor Marie Maselli. Lauren Elizabeth Matot. Sean Edward McLaury. Catherine Rose McCoy. Caitlin May McGowan. Gavin Michael McKay. April Akiba McKenzie. Tess Alexandra McKeon. Matthew George McPartland. Tori Michelle Meckley. Daniela Christina Mendez. Caitlin Rose Mezick. Evangelos Milas. Deborah Ann Meninberg. Leanne Elaine Misenchik. John Daniel Molino. Brenda Morales. Chelsea V. Morin. Daniel Robert Morrow. Samantha J. Moses. Christina Rose Mueller. Amaris N. Mujica. Lori Musanti. Julian K. Nazario. Jordan R. Nezzi. Sam Burton Nickel. Stephen Anthony Nicosia. Catherine E. Norton. Ryan David Obier. Christine C. Obirica. Michael J. Achacone. Brittany E. O'Connell. Anna Elizabeth O'Connell. Bridget Emily O'Connor. Oninye Okera. Jessica J. O'Leary. Danielle Marie Olivero. Nicole Kristen Olson. Sierra Leanne Orner. Alyssa Catherine O'Shea. Emily Elizabeth Ott. Marcella Angela Palumbo. Thomas J. Palumbo. Henry Park. Kristen Elizabeth Pavlik. Morgan Ann Palacia. Teresa Thompson Pelicano. Christina Perfetto. Stephen James Flug. Sarah Ashley Phillips. Kelsey Nicole Phillips. Lindsay Pickering. Louis Christopher Pajoli. Jessica D. Portal. Molly Ann Porter. Gregory Thomas Rava. Jamie Elizabeth Reef. Tara Elizabeth Rice. Matthew A. Rhines. Allison Catherine Resch. Erica Lynn Romano. Angela Rose Romano. Jeffrey Rosenberg. Gina Marie Rutigliano. Lauren Sabino. Farah Ferdousi Salam. Sean E. Salsi. Amanda Madeline Salzano. Catherine Marie Santangelo. Lauren A. Saunders. Michael Pearson Saxton. Jamie Lynn Schnicker. Matthew Scott Schultz. Nicole Scivoletto. Megan Seary. Emily Teresa Seibert. Leah Catherine Selby. Ashley Ann Segro. Shaquille Ali Shannon. Brianna Rose Shappy. Lauren Jennifer Shevitt. Nina Shiwokas. Rachel Nicole Shute. Andrea Jacqueline Ciclari. Theodore K. Sigalakis. Ryan Dale Simmons. Rose Mary Smith. Ashley Lorraine Smolar. Carney Thornton Sneath. Stephanie Suzanne Stasiak. Gabrielle Caroline Stasiowski. Jeffrey Winfield Stoddard. Bianca Catherine Stone. Brianne Michelle Sullivan. Gregory Daniel Sullivan. Jason John Sullivan. Kristen M. Sweeney. Aiden Sabina Tatar. Trevor Richard Tavano. Jeffrey Joseph Timberlake Jr. Vanessa Torres. Bradley Alex Tatonis. Chelsea Ann Tuttle. Devin Marie Oresk. Lauren Page Uvino. Greg Patrick Van. Amanda Marie Villalba. Emily Rachel Vincent. Matthew Joseph Viola. Micah Jeanette Vitale. Michelle Anna Vituli. Devin Keen Fogel. Nicole A. Vota. Callum Francis Waddington. Elizabeth Kilner Walker. Joseph Peter Walters. Marlena Grace Wykander. Taylor Jonathan Wilcox. Kit Denton Wilcox. Brittany Elizabeth Wilson. Ashley Ann Hamilton Winslow. Douglas Gregory Worth. Hannah Erin Young. Paige Christina Zacharakis. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, College of Arts and Sciences, please rise? Mr. President, I have the distinct honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, College of Arts and Sciences.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to all of you.
You may be seated. And would the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, College of Arts and Sciences, please approach the podium. Sam Gennaro Alexander. Catherine Ann Alfieri. Jenna Ann Allen. Dennis Ampadu. Ross Jeffrey Anders. Rebecca Alyssa Ashton. Todd Addison Bain. Emily Ray Bashan. Michael S. Blumenthal. Andrew Dominic Bonacci. George J. Brown. Olivia Marie Collins. Alyssa Ann Constantini. Connor Stephen Croteau. Alexander J. Diaz. Shauna Martine Dorson. Michael E. DeBatey. Albert M. Ferraro III. Jessica Amanda Frick. Brandon Michael Good. Katrina Marie Greco. Victoria Irene Hegedus. Kirsten M. Knecht. Savitha Kola. Kate Elizabeth Kosior. Jacqueline Victoria Kowalski. Jennifer Amy Lacourse. Monique Elizabeth Lang. Phoebe Ray LaPlante. Michael Vincent LaGregne. Jordan A. Lieberman. Taylor Brendan Lombardi. Caitlin E. Lusick. Paige Alexander McLeod. Lindsay Nicole Mazzoni. Lauren A. McNichol. Fung Vi No. Sujata Panta. Jessica Patel. James Peter Phelan. Darren John Pipitone. Crystal Marie Planeta. Alexa Remney Policastro. Carrie Asma Quadir. Shannon Carol Reed. Christopher Andrew Reichel. Danielle Marie Riley. Daniel Albert Rogos. Kristen Marie Rotundo. Henry S. Son. Jacqueline Leslie Sheehan. Victoria Lee Shepard. Zachary Logan Singer. Lee Ann Smith. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, College of Arts and Sciences, please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, College of Arts and Sciences.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to all of you.
Best wishes to you all.
It's my pleasure to introduce Stephen J. Flug. Stephen is a criminal justice and political science major from East Brunswick, New Jersey, and Stephen will give the response of the class of 2014.
Already dropping things. Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for that introduction, and I thank you all for welcoming me up here. Before I begin, I would like to say thanks to all the faculty, the administration, the Quinnipiac staff, as well as the town of Hamden for providing us such a rich and beneficial academic environment. Without them providing this environment for us, we would not have made it to where we are now. Yeah, here we go. So, this is a day that's all about recognition and achievement. Not just the achievement of acquiring a diploma, but accumulation of all of our achievements since our first day here at Quinnipiac. Yeah, a diploma is a big deal, but a piece of paper will only get us so far in life. I'm talking about all the little experiences we've had here. Everything from getting along with roommates, learning how to live with others, to successfully navigating Sleeping Giant or New Haven, from joining a fraternity or sorority on campus, to writing a four-page paper 2 hours before it's due. All these little, seemingly unimportant accomplishments and achievements have shaped our character and made us into the graduates we are today. We are being recognized by all of us here today, faculty, family, friends, in addition to all those who couldn't be with us today. One of the many things I have learned here at Quinnipiac is to be proud of your work and accomplishments, because that is what helps mold us into who we are. Regardless if you plan on becoming an academic, a scientist, a politician, a teacher, or choosing to serve this great nation in the military, the pride and dedication in the work and the pride and dedication that you show in your work will help improve not only your own life, but the lives of everybody around you and the community at large. Class of 2014, all eyes are on us. It is the passion we take in our work, our discoveries, and our sacrifices that will shape the global landscape. We have an obligation to share what we learned here at Quinnipiac. It is us who must take the knowledge and the experience we have had here and serve the community, contribute to progress, and promote change. No matter our paths, our career choices, our decisions in life, we will be bearing the responsibility and the privilege to give back to the community and make this planet a better place. My experiences as a student here at Quinnipiac has taught me that it is very important we'll go through it. That it is very important to contribute to the community, because it is the community that molds us by educating us and by providing the life lessons necessary in order to make us all better people. Lost my place. This would be the place where I would insert a quote, a stereotypical quote that would reflect on our experiences in the past and promote future success. However, we all have our own personal goals, our own personal values, and our own personal experiences that are ours alone. No one is able to speak on the importance of these personal traits because they are unique, like every one of us. I end in saying that we need to capitalize on the diversity we share and use our experiences as momentum to make the world a better place. Life from here on out may be more difficult and challenging than what we are used to, but we will adapt and we will persevere. Congratulations to all of you. Now let's go make a difference.
Thank you, Stephen. And thank all of you again for this evening. Congratulations and best wishes to all of our graduates. Would everyone please stand? Would you please remain standing after the benediction until the platform party and faculty have recessed. Following that, you're invited to join us in greeting the new graduates at a reception at the Rocky Top Student Center at the top of the hill. And graduates, if you would meet your families at the center, that would be appreciated. It's now my privilege to ask Reverend Jordan Lenahan, Catholic chaplain, to once again come forward and deliver the benediction.
We end where we began, with me, so I would invite you now to bow your heads. As you go forth today, may you know success and joy. May you know love and laughter. May what you have learned here at Quinnipiac, even I am not immune, may what you have learned here at Quinnipiac University allow you to advance your disciplines, transform your lives, and better your world. May you always be women and men of dignity, integrity, and character. And may God bless you. Amen.